How's it going, guys? Raj here. Today I'm back again with another in-depth fragrance review on a fragrance from the niche side of the market. This is from the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian, created in 2009 by the perfumer Francis Kurkdjian, who's quite well known in the industry, most notably for creating Le Male for Jean-Paul Gaultier. He's done a bit of work with Narciso Rodriguez and a few other big name fragrances. In his under his belt. So this one, yeah, created in 2009. This is a 70 ml eau de toilette. Pricing is 105 euros and pounds, 165 American dollars. Packaging is quite simple, not too much going on here. Just kind of very simplistic. Simply just says Maison Francis Kurkdjian there, Paris, APOM pour homme. And the cap there, quite simple. Each cap is kind of like different. It's kind of looks a little bit aged in some ways, and it's a good design, and I like it. It's a simple fragrance as well. This fragrance just has 3 notes, which they've listed anyway: orange blossom, amber, and cedar. Very simple fragrance. I've mentioned it in my top 10 most simple fragrances list. So what do I get from this fragrance? What do I get out of Maison Francis Kurkdjian's APOM pour homme? Well, from the opening, I get an incredible orange blossom note. If you don't know what orange blossom is, it's extracted from the bitter orange tree, from the flower. There are different types of extraction methods. One will create orange blossom, one will create neroli. Now, orange blossom is a much more thicker, denser, more headier type note, and it's one of the best orange blossom notes I have smelled in a fragrance. What image do I get? What vision do I get out of this? What feeling do I get from this note? Well, imagine you've just taken a bath in this thick, honey-like consistency and of orange blossom oil. You stepped out of the bath, your skin is like perfumed with this oil, and you're just sitting on maybe your balcony, and the sun is starting to just descend and just go down on the horizon, shining across these fresh green looking hills, and you just sat there just taking in the rays, maybe having a drink, just relaxing outdoors, maybe in Italy or Spain, somewhere like that. And that's kind of what I get from this fragrance. It's very sweet, very floral, honey-like, and it's everything that you want from an orange blossom note. And it's takes the center stage of this fragrance. That's really what it is. You have to love this note, I feel, to really appreciate this fragrance. It's called Pour Homme, and there is a Pour Femme version, but I feel this is very unisex. At this point in the fragrance anyway. Yeah, I would ignore the pour homme part of this. Definitely, if you're a woman, you could definitely pull this off. So what else do I get from this fragrance? Well, the orange blossom note is loud and it's proud, and it's really, really, really noticeable in the opening. Just projects off your skin like very, very strongly. And then you later get a note which is actually there in the opening, but it becomes a little bit more noticeable later on, after maybe an hour or so, and that's the amber note. Now, the amber, the way it's interpreted or treated here, you could say, or just used, I don't know, is a kind of a light amber. This is nothing too strong. This is not like an amber mixed with incense. This is a light powdery type incense. Nothing too heavy. Again, quite unisex, I feel. When I say unisex, I mean the chances of a man or woman liking this. That's what I mean. I'm not saying this is for men or for women. I'm just saying it's more likely to be appreciated both by men and women in the same quantities. Kind of a light powderiness, and it accompanies the orange blossom note really, really well. It's kind of a nice pairing, nice duo that works well in this fragrance. As the fragrance goes on, I'm not onto the dry down on my hand yet. I'm into the opening, which is just incredible. Very, very intoxicating notes here. In the dry down of this fragrance, you get the cedar, kind of a dry, woody scent. It's not the main player in this fragrance. It just adds a little bit more complexity to this fragrance, but it's a very simple scent. Rounds off the fragrance really well and makes it just an excellent fragrance. I have to say, it's a really, really excellent fragrance. Performance is amazing. Huge longevity. Be easy on the trigger. If you're indoors, maybe 3 sprays. If you're outdoors, maybe do another spray, maybe do a 1 or 2, just go for it. Why not? Go for it. That's kind of like what this fragrance is all about. I feel you can wear this in different occasions. Feels more casual for me, to be honest. It feels more chilled out, a bit more relaxed. And this is definitely a spring or summer fragrance. That's when I choose to wear it. You could wear this in the autumn, and it definitely has the potency to stand up to colder weather, but it doesn't quite make sense to wear this in colder weather. Although you might choose to do that just for a change, you know, like why not? So what else do I get out of this fragrance? Great performance, a great scent, and it's just a great fragrance. I think it's really well done. Oh yeah, so similarities. So what does this fragrance remind me of? Well, I've probably mentioned this in one of my other videos, but it reminds me of two fragrances. One from the house of Kilian, Sweet Redemptions is the fragrance, and then one from the house of Xerjoff, Kobe. Now, in Sweet Redemptions from Kilian, it's really sweet. You get a really ice cream. People have said it reminds them of like a kind of a caramel ice cream with a bit of incense, adding a bit of darkness to that scent. Very, very sweet scent. If you don't like the sweetness in that in that fragrance, I would go for APOM pour homme. Another fragrance it reminds me of, and a much more expensive option, is from the house of Xerjoff, is Kobe. Very similar orange blossom notes here, very, very similar, but the pricing is just much better on this, and I don't feel that Kobe is a better fragrance. They say they contain oud in the fragrance, which got me interested, but there isn't that much, to be honest. It's not really that noticeable. Another fragrance that I smelled recently and I tried once on my hand was Reflection Man from Amouage. I wasn't 100% sold, or really didn't get my head around that fragrance, but I definitely picked on the notes. So if you picked up the orange blossom note in those three fragrances I've mentioned, you'll know what this kind of smells like already if you haven't smelt it already. So in terms of a rating, I've got to give this a high rating. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I love this fragrance. I like it a lot. I haven't used as much as maybe my appreciation would maybe tell you, because you know, weather is a factor with this fragrance. Good weather, warm weather is when you have to wear this, and we don't get much warm weather here in the UK. So there you go. Well, it's a good fragrance, and it will definitely last me a long time. What do you think about this fragrance, guys? What do you think about the house? Is it hit or miss? Does this interest you? Have you tried those other three fragrances I've mentioned? Sweet Redemptions, Kobe, and Reflection Man. What do you think about the perfumer, Francis Kurkdjian? Do you like his work? Do you not know anything about him? It's always great interacting with you guys, and I'll see you probably, I don't know, like next week, for another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.